Welcome back, Earthen Folk, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian overhears the enemy, Rhal is rudely awoken, Squash reveals his plan, and Zaltanna makes a deal. Whilst waiting for the new timekeeper, Laffian discovers that the planes have once again been separated, leaving them in an awkward position between waiting for Squash and saving the planes. Choosing to wait for Squash, the four then leave Bogrim in the stalking, as they are pulled into the middle of a fight in empty shallows. What could Sirik do to help Squash? What created the creatures of the earth? And will a fight in empty shallows return the planes to their natural order? Or will it spell death for our heroes? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck. Wait, what?
I'll be...
Wait, where
Just
are
so
we?
that we can have it ready to set up and go.
Demi told me not to do anything, though.
I need a recap for this episode. I've forgotten what is happening.
You what, sorry?
I need a recap. I've forgotten what is happening.
Demi needs to tell us the sort of spirit change to play it.
You are currently stuck inside a dome made of wood and ruby, and it kind of springs out from the wand that you stole / that Zaltanna gave to Demi. You are inside this dome. There is chaos going on around you. There is a Dachin right next to Demi who summoned you here. There is a common right behind Demi that she hasn't seen. You can see off in the distance there is a bear that you don't recognise, but everybody else recognises to be the bear form of Homer. You can see that slightly next to him there is a Jens, which again you wouldn't recognise, but everybody else would.
I was mostly joking.
Okay,
but now,
there's also a lot of people around you.
but now I want to make the joke that they recognize Homer's bear form. I don't know exactly how that joke would go, but there's a joke in there.
Okay. He's a bear.
I barely noticed.
All right, that's enough.
Boo, tomato.
Nee, we need a... We need a
Constitution
dexterity check,
saving throw? Oh.
No. We need a dexterity check, please.
Oh, yes. For the thing.
All right. As the dexterity
21.
checks are happening, and I'm about to roll for everybody else, you see that Demi is very intently staring at the four of you inside this dome that she has created to kind of protect you. You can see that she's beginning to cast a new spell as soon as you land really heavily on your feet. She's clearly casting in a hurry. Squash, you'll be able to... Oh, I'd like you to roll an Arcana check, please.
Alrighty then. I'm actually not horrible at those anymore. You're gonna hate it.
Damn it!
23.
That's an acrobatics check.
Shit!
Perception, not Aethel strokes.
Squash, what are you doing? Why are you doing flips?
Shit. 21.
Okay, you notice that she's casting teleport. She's aiming it in your direction, but she hasn't noticed that Common is behind her. She knows very well that Dacian's appeared. You can see her look like, oh shit, and casting somewhat quicker. She's aiming this in your four's direction. You see that Common then goes to basically stab at her back, and she places one hand on her waist, and it kind of makes Demi start a little bit. All right, let's do initiative. Rhal, what did you get?
21.
Zaltanna, what did you get?
I got a 20.
Wow. Squash, what did you get?
12.
Aww.
Zaltanna's upstaging me.
good. You're gonna kind of want the big beefy woman to take charge of this.
Doesn't your
situation.
whatchamahoozit kick in?
My advantage.
No, the the brogue thing. If you're not proficient in a skill, then you can like get a flat number.
Yeah, I got that for the Arcana thing.
No, for initiative. Because initiative counts as a skill check.
Does it now? Let me Google this. You guys keep going.
And Laffian, what did you get?
A whopping, massive, huge 5.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Listeners, the face on that V just gave is one of utter disbelief,
Glee.
disappointment.
Glee. Joyful glee.
I'm not proficient in initiative, so I do not get reliable talent.
Oh,
Shit.
Yeah, you have to be proficient.
Shit. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to disobey Demi, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to counterspell that teleport.
what?
Wait, what?
You can actually
What?
choose not to take the teleport. You have to be willing to take the teleport.
Okay.
With the
Why-
exception of being if you're in a web of creation.
I'm just joking. I just like the idea of like counterspelling it. Demi's like, what the fuck?
Why would you do
Why
that?
would you waste that? You only have one level 3 spell slot left.
Aethor, as someone who has done that while being in a relationship, I would not recommend it.
I think after all the shit that I have put Squash through, I think that he can do whatever he wants to. But yeah, I don't have a leg to stand on.
You deserve it at this point.
Daichin got a 22.
How far away is Demi from us?
So the little dome that you're in is about... It's kind of only slightly bigger than the 4 of you and Tio. And she's just right outside that. So she's maybe 5-7 feet away. Nothing at all. As Demi finishes her teleportation spell, you feel a familiar tug on the back of your navels. You see Common finally actually managed to push the blade home into the very small of Demi's back, and you see her flinch a little bit. You see Daichin next to her, just looking at the 4 of you within this kind of weird dome-looking thing. Do you accept the teleport or do you not? That is also a personal choice, not a group one.
I trust Demi.
What? Explain to me what the odds are looking like on our friends who are fighting. Like, do they look really bad? Do they look like they're winning? Do they look like they're somewhere in the middle?
Demi looks like she's been through a fucking war zone, but she's still kind of like standing upright and, you know, she's been through it, but she's not heavily damaged right now apart from the blade that's literally been jammed into her back recently. Daichin looks like he doesn't give any shit. He also looks like he's been through a fair few battles the last few hours, but gives 0 fucks. Common looks totally fine. Jens looks like she's been through it a bit. You can see that there's blood pouring from the side of her scalp. You can see that the bear looks slightly fucked up off in the distance. You can also see much, much further to the south, you can see that there is this group of people who are fighting intently. You can see that there are people who look very similar to Jens in appearance. Their facial features are very similar, probably some sort of familial relationship. You can also see that there are a couple of halflings fighting on their side. You can also see a mixture of dwarves and elves who are clearly fighting against that and trying to get towards where Demi and where Jens and where Homer is. It's a real mixture. Some of them look tired and exhausted. Some of them look like they have blood pouring from their heads. Others of them look like they've clearly recently just been stabbed. It's not 100% good. Whether or not they win, you don't know. You do notice that with the red lines and the blue lines that seem to be crisscrossing in this area that you're in, you recognize them as the runes that you had to previously dispel when you were trying to previously get the planes back into cohesion, to bring down the wall between the planes themselves. You can tell that they're here and they're spread out around you, again in a north, south, east, westernly direction, and they're about 100 foot out, like that kind of general area.
Can I do something actually that I probably won't be able to do this, but I'm willing to give up literally all of my first level spell slots for this? Can I Shield of Faith all of our friends?
Yes. I feel like there needs to be a but, though.
Okay.
Godly blessings.
Shield of Faith is +2 to their armor class, correct? Your friends being Demi, Jens, and Homer?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to check Shield of Faith for a second.
Common's a bad guy, right? I could never remember.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. She also just stuck a blade in the back of one of your allies, so yeah. For that bitch. So, Shield of Faith is a concentration spell.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a bonus action.
Uh-huh.
And you're trying to cast it on 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
I will allow you to spend all your first level spell slots to do this, but as soon as you break visual contact with them, they will disappear.
Is the place that I'm being teleported, do we know if it's going to be within visual range?
If you're being teleported to safety, assume that you're not going to be in the heat of battle.
Ugh. Well, if we're going to get teleported immediately, that doesn't really help, does it?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Can I
The only way you
mask
could
cure
keep up
wounds
shield of
them?
Yes. You absolutely could mask cure wounds.
Can I use all my first level spell slots to cure wounds them really quickly as like a godly like
cure wounds is
bless
also
you.
a touch spell, and trying to get you to do all 3 spells at once is definitely
Can I give them aid? I feel like I'm a god and I should be able to do like a thing.
You're not quite a god. You're almost a god.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I'll use up all my second level spells and give them all my aid.
Calm down, Jared from Subway.
How dare you?
That's like a South Park season 3
Actually,
joke. I'm sorry.
That guy
So
is a fucking...
aid is a second level spell.
Yes.
It's 1 action, which is fine, and you can target up to 3 creatures within range. You don't actually have to spend one level 2 spell slot anyway to do that. And there's no concentration. It lasts for 8 hours.
Okay, can I aid them and accept the thing?
You may.
I'm going to do that. They all
Okay.
3 of them have aid now.
Okay. Boom. Aid. Accomplished. What does that look like?
Zaltanna looks out and like you can tell that she really doesn't want to accept the teleportation. And in reluctance, as she accepts, like you just see like a red wave wash out over them, and like her symbol appears over each of their heads.
Awesome. Yeah, that happens. You see that, like, you can see all 3 of them. You can see that kind of little bolster in the back of their spine as they kind of like become a little bit more upright, feeling and accepting of your aid. Nice. Your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. Up to 8 hours. Alright, that is you. I'm calling this like surprise round initiative. Like, we don't have to be in initiative right now, so if you guys stay or any of you decide to stay, then that's your choice. Rhal.
Oh no. I think the most that I can do while keeping a distance and being able to accept the teleport would be to use Told the Dead.
Okay.
Or hold on. Told the Dead would be.
Do you want me to circle back around to you and go to Laffian?
Yes. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laffian,
Hi.
anything you want to do? Are you staying or are you going?
Can I help and then go?
As we have set the precedent, 1 action, and you may still accept the teleport. Otherwise,
Okay.
I just want to kill Coleman so much.
also fair.
I mean, yeah, honestly. God. Okay. Do I protect or do I attack? Do I protect or attack? Yeah, that might help her. Would I be able to get Daichin and Common in roughly, say, a 20-foot cube without getting Demi in it?
No, because Common's arm is kind of like one hand is on Demi's waist and the other one with a blade in her back.
Fuck.
If it's fire-based, you might be okay.
No, it's not.
Oh, then less okay.
I could do that one. I'm going to try to use Psychic Grip on Common. And I'm going to, because I would like to protect Demi, I'm going to overload my my focus to give disadvantage on the save.
Okay.
So, as an action, target one creature I can see within 60 feet. Target must succeed on intelligence save, or it is paralyzed until my concentration ends. At the end of each of its turns, it can repeat the saving throw, and on a success, the effect ends. On a failure, I can use my reaction to force the target to move up to half its speed, even though it's paralyzed.
At disadvantage?
They have to make the save at disadvantage because I'm overloading my focus. Yes.
Minimum roll was 20.
Are you fucking kidding me?
She rolled a 20 and a 21. She's
Fuck.
a rogue, so her intelligence is actually
Wait.
one of her saves.
Nope. Wait. I don't have anything. Alright, well, that's all I had. Sorry, Demi. But yeah, I'm gonna take that teleport then. Because I trust that they have things at least under control and we can't die here.
Good plan. Rhal.
While staying in the bubble, I'm gonna try to fuck Coleman up as much as possible. I want to do breath weapon. Is there any way that I can like double down on that and like dip into HP points and like?
I'm gonna say that you will have to do some move to do this, because she is behind Demi. So if you spray in her direction, you're gonna hit Demi.
Right. So I'll have to get diagonal. Am I still like in teleport range?
Yeah. Like no matter what happens, you guys are. You can choose to fail or accept, but you are within like a dome, which is created of wood and sheets of like ruby. So you could very easily just like bust through one of these like ruby sheets, spray everyone with that, and then smack her with a good spray. But yeah, you would have to move to do that.
Yeah, I have plenty of movement, I think, to...
Yeah, you have loads, yeah.
Yeah, to make that happen, so... Yeah, he's not going to leave the bubble. He wants to do what Demi said. There was a plan. You know, I don't want to deviate from that. But, yeah, Coleman sucks, so I'm gonna...
Maybe throw one of the flaming wine bottles at him? Maybe that'll get Jen's moving too.
I don't think I have one of those.
I mean, Demi is mostly fireproof, so...
And Jen's likes alcohol. Assumably.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's a different incarnation.
She did, yeah. I mean, not that you can see very well, because everything is obviously, you know, you see everything with a slight red tint to it because you're looking through either ruby or you can't look through wood because it's opaque. So you can see her and it's a little bit blurry. It looks like her. It sounds like her. But there is something slightly different about her manner. This is definitely a new incarnation.
This is war Jen's.
Yeah, this is battle Jen's. No longer drunk. She is only for the battle. Yeah. Okay. All right. Squash, is there anything you want to try?
Like, it's so useless to attack if I don't get sneak attack. And wait, actually, he is technically threatened by Demi.
Yes. I mean, Demi is on fire, so yeah.
You shooting Daichin or Common?
I am going to attack Daichin with the hand crossbow of time.
Okay.
Because fuck Daichin.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
What do you mean? Am I doing something wrong? Did I miss something?
I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry. I'm fucking with you, Karen.
If that's what you want to do. If that's
so funny.
really your choice.
That's what you want to do.
It is.
every sarcastic phrase you don't want to hear from your GM.
If you've thought about it real hard, and that's okay. All right.
It's your choice to make.
Sure.
I think that's a crit.
It is.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I finally got a crit with my stupid ass fucking typo on a normal roll too. It wasn't even advantage.
Nicely played. Golf claps all around, please.
Thank you.
It was only a
All
matter
right,
of
so
time.
this bolt goes through like one of the ruby planes, and you see it shatter, and whatever like light dilution or refraction, you've just somehow account for that, and you get him smack. Where do you want to hit him with your bolt?
He just teleported next to Demi, right?
Yes.
I want to say that he's in the middle of like a hand motion of finishing a spell, and it just goes straight through the palm of his hand. Just leaves
Beautiful.
a
Straight
giant
through.
gap.
Yeah, just like a giant fucking hole in his hand. And as it hits and goes through, you see his hand just suddenly just like erupt in like veins of frost and ice as your frost damage takes effect. All right. So this is a sneak attack, critical, with beautiful extras that your crossbow can do. What damage do you do?
So, I do magical 70
Damn it.
piercing damage,
80.
80 piercing damage, and then 13 magical frost damage.
Okay. All right. Nice.
That is not bad.
And
Dayton notices that.
what else happens?
Taken also should be imparted with a aging spell, but I do believe that is kind of beyond anything that would really affect Dayton.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it's kind of moot.
But then the minus
you're never going
D4.
to do enough.
Oh,
You're
wait.
never going to do enough aging damage to kill him. Like, I'm just going to be honest about that. You're never going to do enough.
But the D4 though, the D4.
Ooh. Wait. Wait.
Yep.
On a critical, the weapon also ages the target 4d10, imparting a minus 24 to all rolls until long rest. I have genuinely not critted since I got the fucking weapon.
You have not, no.
Outside one time, and I think I killed the target instantly.
Yep. And because you crit, it increases your cold damage by 1d6 and your aging magic by 1d10.
Yeah. So I will edit all that. Yeah, Dayton is crippled by aging magic. He is aged. Slash R 4d10. Not that it's gonna matter. 18 years. Fuck you, Dayton. You've got 18 less years on our Bicron.
As he notices a fucking hole in his hand. You see him look at his hand, like he's looking at you, and you can tell that he's about to cast something awful in your general direction. And as he's casting this, like your bolt goes through his hand, and whatever he's casting just dissipates as he realizes there's a fucking hole in his hand. He looks minorly perturbed at what you have done. All right, I'm guessing that's everything that you do.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to roll a 1d4 because that may actually make vague differences in the fight that I have scheduled and set up.
A 4. Enjoy,
Nice.
Dayton.
Nice. And that is 2. All rolls. Okay.
That crossbow bolt was with regards.
Hey, Dayton!
Fondest regards. Zoom.
Bet you wish I was your friend now, huh, Dayton?
Here, let me give you a hand.
This is why you don't find strangers in the Alps, Dayton.
All right.
Fucking asshole.
All right.
There will be an effect. Some things will be less awful for your companions left behind. Okay. I'm guessing with that, everyone has done actions, with the exception of Rhal, who was considering launching acids at Common.
Oh, yeah, I think he definitely wants to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I argue for so much more acid?
I will accept a level of exhaustion that cannot be removed by anything other than a long rest.
And how much more damage with that? I'll trade hit points flat. I mean, I'll do 129 damage. I've got 129 hit points.
I won't allow that. I will allow up to half your hit pool.
Up to half. Oh shit.
But not all of it. You cannot just vomit your guts over her for one level of exhaustion and passing out. I won't accept that.
You haven't drank enough for that level.
Yeah.
I have 129 hit points.
So that would be 64.
Yeah.
Yes. I will allow 64 points of additional acid damage.
I'll do that.
Jesus.
I don't like backstabbing traitors. I don't like them.
I'll tell you what, being that Demi is looking at you, the four of you, really intensely, and she's just kind of stiffened up and felt the resolve of Zaltanna's aid, I'm going to say that she can just reach back and grab Common by the hair and pull her out enough that you can shoot at Common, at least her head and chest area, without splashing Demi too much. She will take a little damage, but not a lot.
Yeah, I think his plan is
accept
pretty
this.
much to get close to Demi and angle to the side. So that he has a clear
Squash
shot.
did just shoot a hole in one of these ruby plates. So yeah, you probably have a bit more of an easier view of just sticking your head out there and just aciding at her. That's totally fine.
Yes.
So
All right. So deal done.
Deal done.
Level of exhaustion in the 60 hit points. 64 hit points.
Yep. So
just
what is
put
the
that I have
total hit point damage?
Just a breath weapon roll by itself was 16 without any bullshittery.
So 80 acid damage.
Yes.
Guys, where's all this damage when we're fighting the giant two-headed monsters and shit?
Well, I'm allowing breaking of the rules, so...
You certainly wouldn't want me making very...
No.
I know.
I'm going to say... All right, okay, so, yeah, you see the shattering, you take your opportunity as Demi's watching you, and she just looks completely bewildered. She grabs hold of Common, and you just shoot this acid for everything you're worth straight in her direction. The four of you feel a tug on the back of your navels, and you go spinning through the stalking, and you land very you appear a couple of feet above the ground in various positions and sort of spread out a little bit. And as you hit the ground, you see that to your left-hand side, there is this kind of hedge which goes all the way up to the wall, creating this semicircular area so that you're completely hidden against the side of this building. You see that there is this big 2-story house that has this really large and elaborate roof. You can tell that the ground beneath you is slightly sandy, but there is still some plants and everything growing here. You can see that there is a hatch, a wine cellar, storm cellar, that leads down, and that is open and ajar, and you can see that there is flickering lights down there, and you can hear the sounds of movement. Squash, if you had hit Common with that, you would have knocked her unconscious.
Damn it!
Rhal, you almost killed her. You still almost knocked her unconscious. That is ridiculous. Fuckers.
I'm happy.
Well, I put Dajin in a bad state of mind, and I hope that he is having a bad mental health day.
You pissed in his Cheerios.
Put a hole in his hand, man. That's just rude.
Give me
You aged him enough that he could legally drink again.
Give me another 80 episodes and I'll age him another 18 years.
So you see this open storm cellar in front of you, and you can see that there is a flickering light down there. You can tell that you can't be seen from whatever is outside of this hedge, which is really up quite close against the side of this building. And you can tell that wherever you are, nobody is able to see you.
Okay, that was something. We should probably be very quick and go down right now. And
That's rush. Squash is absolutely rushing, keeping an eye out for any kind of tripwires or anything like that.
As you go crashing down this kind of like storm cellar area. You notice immediately as you're running down that everything in here is covered in some sort of magical rune. It's either been painted on or it's been magically imbued or carved into the walls. As you get to the bottom of this staircase, you see that this room opens out into a large squarish room. You can see there's another door opposite you made of like this really dark and fancy wood. There are torches in the walls which haven't been lit, but you can see these candles all around. There's loads of them. You can see that there are 2 beds in here, and the beds are large double beds, and they're covered in like this really nice looking duvets and coverlets, and it kind of has that reddish velvety feel to it, and there's this kind of like gold embroidery around the edge of it. You can see these pillows that are really like nicely stacked up. You can see that there is like a chest of drawers off to one side, and it's also really rich and elaborate with carvings in it. You can see that on the floor there is this really big purple rug, and everything in here just kind of screams harem. But everything around you is covered in runes that have been very recently put down or imbued. Sitting on one of these double beds, you notice Ama.
Ama?
Hello!
Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just tired.
What's going on here?
That's okay. We have a double bed. You can come stay here with me.
What can we do to help?
Sorry, we may have to double up a little bit. There isn't really enough room for everybody. Although you're quite small, so maybe...
What can we do to help? Demi's out there fighting.
I know. I can't help. I don't have magic.
No, but we were sent here, so I'm assuming that she had a reason for sending us here.
Yes, she wanted to make sure that you were kept safe and that you couldn't be found. All of these runes that she put up and that Kaithir helped with and that Trimpel helped with, they're all up here so that we can't be seen or scried by anybody. You know, like they chin on everybody of the blissful eclipse. She's trying to keep you safe.
Wait, where are we? Are we no longer in Empty Shallows?
Nope. We're in Faltham. We're actually underneath the mayor's house. This is where he used to put the paramours of some of like the higher nobility who needed to hide their loved ones, you know, from public interest, you know, sham marriages, stuff like that. This is where they used to stay.
We should have stayed.
No. She was very adamant that you didn't.
We did what help we could. We just have to hope that's enough. We're not in a point right now where we can be doing the whole hindsight is 20/20 thing.
I thought we'd still be helping, not hiding.
They are destroying the runes so that we can have access to the Sentinel plane again. Do you want to go back?
Of course. That was a horrible fight she was in. She was horribly outmatched. We should be there helping her, not... Is this the new intention, to just die before the blissful eclipse arrives?
No, I think she intends to live.
I'm sorry, I need a minute.
Squash, I would stay in the room.
Yeah.
Right, she said not to go too much up the steps, like 1 or 2 steps maybe, but not much further. And also, we have to keep it a little bit quiet because just above us is the mayor's mansion. And yes, he knows that there are people down here, but he's trying not to know who we are.
Throw his ass out a window, he tries. It's fine. Okay. Little trick I learned when I was back home. If things are looking rough, just try to divert your attention to something else, something productive so that you feel like you're contributing in some way. We can't help them right now. We just have to go based off the assumption they're going to be successful. They're going to break the runes. They're going to connect the planes again. What we need to be doing then is figuring out our next move so that when they get here, we're ready to go.
Okay. Our next move.
We're missing 1 item left, I believe, yes?
Yeah. Squash looks so
You managed to do your task? Everything went okay?
Right.
Story time?
Yeah, I'm not the timekeeper.
What? I thought you were going to become the timekeeper.
That was the intention, but she thinks I'm not ready for it yet. She let me take the sand, and under the promise that if we survive this, I will take her place. But right now, she doesn't believe I have what it takes. She believes I'm not dedicated enough to the cause.
Is that good or bad news for you?
It means I don't actually have the magic that is required to bind us, and we'll have to figure out a way around that. Sorry, in the haze of everything that's going on, I actually genuinely forgot to bring that up. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a lot all at once.
Yeah, it was. I think that either my crossbow or somebody powerful can be used to replace the spell. My crossbow has some kind of a connection to the timekeepers, built out of something that they make.
I mean, it's a good trade-off. Weapon for ultimate cosmic power or something.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah?
When you do this whole spell and that you don't have enough magic for it, but that's a fine. We'll find a way around it. Someone will find a way around it. When you're like bind everybody together, am I still going to have Rhal when you finish? I mean, you all disappear. I mean, I'm not just trying to be selfish. I do love you, Rhal, a lot, and I care about the rest of you. But what happened?
I forgot about that part. Well, we're hoping that there's no issue and we can just separate when it's done. However, we did try to have a backup plan, but, what was it, Dendar, I believe it was, decided to fuck off with Rhal's true name?
Yeah, we couldn't get help when we went to Kino from the people we thought we might, but we didn't.
We didn't really run into any friendly ones.
That's okay. I do have a little bit of good news. I found the thing that will get you closer to Lyra.
Oh.
Liana, sorry. I found the thing that will get you closer to Liana in Bellum.
That's very good news.
Okay. So, wait, what was it there? It was vines, right?
What are you asking?
He's trying to remember what exactly we saw, like what he has to do.
You saw Liana covered in these vines that were kind of like supporting her off the ground, and that they were embedded into her skin, and it was like pulsing and beating with colors. And that you saw her in an underground area in Bellum. So you don't exactly know what you're supposed to do. You just can see it in your mind's eye where it is.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know what we have to do. We just need to get to Bellum with that, right? And we'll figure it out somehow.
Seat of our pants.
What? What happened to Bogrim? And she looks between Rhal and Zaltanna. Did he stay to fight, or did...
No, because he's a piece of shit.
He stayed. He's taking the things we borrowed to be able to move around the stalking. He's taking them back to the town in the stalking. Because they need them back. He wasn't sure if he's going to come back.
And she kind of does that thing where, like, she tips her head to one side and looks at Zaltanna like, so he Run away. Okay. Great.
Did you need
I
him
know
for
it's
something else?
No, I did everything I needed to do. And you can see that as she like shrugs, you can see that above her in like the canopy above this double bed, you can see that there's like her little dragonling pet just like pops its head over and looks down at you and puts its head back up. No, I think I'm just waiting, I guess.
Yeah.
You should probably all get some rest.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You feel a shake in the earth. And you feel that connection upwards again. Like you'd lost it when you went to the stalking because of the stalking. But you feel the shake in the earth. And you feel that connection with the Sentinel plane return.
Oh. Well, that's a good sign.
I guess they succeeded. I guess now we just have to wait and see how many days we have moved.
See how many days we moved, see who's gonna come pick us up, and we need to go, and we should all try to get some rest while we can. For sure.
I'll tell you what, I'll stay and I'll keep a watch on the bottom of the staircase in case anything comes down, and you four should rest on the beds. I know that there are 2 doubles, but I'm sure you're grown adults and you can sort it out.
I just need a corner. It's fine. I just lay out a yoga mat.
Ama goes over and she like nuzzles the end of Rhal's nose, and she tries to pull the covers up over him so that he gets comfy and goes get some tuck him in, that sort of thing.
Good night.
Good night. You'll sleep well.
Miss you. Be safe. Yell if you need me.
I will. Don't worry. I can yell very loudly. And she kind of very carefully stalks away, and then she just kind of disappears from view, and you hear the creaking of one of the steps as she just rests herself there and waits. Zaltanna, I would like you to roll 3d10, please.
I could do that, I think.
Nice.
14.
Okay, you can add 14 to your follower list and an additional 8 from the various followers across Twitter and Discord.
Wow.
She can add 22.
Nice. For a total of...
Let's see. Drum roll, please.
Nope.
Oh, I'll wait. I'll let Neil do that post. That's fine.
What was it, 28?
22. You feel like the play that has been put on with you as the producer patron has been spreading the good word of Zaltanna.
716.
Out of 1,000?
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
You're getting closer. You're getting closer. I like it. I would like all of you to please roll 1d3.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
1.
1.
Good. Less good.
What are we doing on D3?
Yes,
Yeah, I
please.
think V is skipping us forward in time, and we're absolutely fucking her.
3.
No, God damn it, guys!
Yes!
Boo!
Yes!
Boo!
Yes!
Reroll! Use your luck point! Does anybody have inspiration?
No! All right. So
That's not cash money, V.
Arch, Aethel, Casey, and Neil between them rolled 8. That may mean 8 days. It means 8 days.
Yeah. You're stealing our time, V.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh, is the day upon us? Did we lose?
No, oh god, no. No, you're still a little time out. So you're technically on day 125 now. But that does mean you missed the full moon.
Oh.
Wait, why does that matter?
Because we can't
Means
put
you can't
Dacian
make
in
any
a
webs of
bubble.
creation.
Means we're gonna have to kick Dacian's ass the old-fashioned way.
With bolts through his hand?
Grit, determinations, and a gut full of fuck you.
No, don't do that. Don't do that to him. He doesn't deserve that. All right. Unless anyone wants to do anything other than take a rest, long or short. Does anyone want to do anything other than take a long or a short rest?
No.
No, you need to be responsible.
What would you like to do?
How are Marnak and Elizabeth doing?
Tell Thor I said fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, maybe throw that in as a little extra, but...
Okay, all right.
But, just
Mark
checking
does
in.
not pass that on. He says that they're doing well. He says that they have all of the components that they need. They're pretty sure that they know exactly how to do what they're going to do. They're just going to recuperate and take some rest after the events of what has just happened, basically.
Cool.
He tells you that they're doing fine.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. We went to the stalking. There was a tree thing. Some pixies. A lot of voices. The usual, Remember having voices in your head? Me too.
Yeah. Nah, not at all. Nah. All right. Okay. Yeah, you're checking them. They're totally fine. They're basically ready to go whenever this goes down.
Cool. Glad at least one party is confident in the current situation.
Okay. That's you done. Rhal, you're taking a long rest.
Yes, I need to be responsible and just try to sleep.
Recuperate all that health back you just
hurt
vomited on
myself.
someone.
Yeah.
Squash, short, long rest. Anything else you want to do?
No, I guess he's mostly now scouring through Demi's book for dummies, magic book for dummies, for anything about time magic. Now that he's kind of fucked up his in on that.
Would she know much about time magic?
I mean, the past timekeeper hasn't shanked her in her sleep, so probably not too much.
That's true. She hasn't learned how to jump too far in time. Yeah. No, there really isn't much in there about time magic. Like your basic like freeze time spell. I say basic. It's a really difficult spell to cast, and it only like freezes time for a very short amount of time. There isn't anything like let's go back in the past 400 days. Like there's nothing in there that you think would tick off the timekeeper. Like there's nothing in there about that.
Yeah.
All right. And Zaltanna, are you doing anything other than taking a short or a long rest?
Nope.
Sweet. Probably about 7 or 8 hours, so probably just after lunchtime because it was super early in the morning when you guys got back to the physical plane. You hear movement on the staircase, and you see and hear Ama coming down, and she's looks kind of worried, and she kind of like shoos like whoever is off one of the spare beds out of the way, like get off, like, you know. She wakes up Rhal, like, Rhal, you have to get out of the way. Move, roll. Come on, you have to roll now.
What's going on?
And you see that Grimsh is holding Demi, who's like basically half passed out with an arm around his like shoulder, and he just kind of like dumps her on the bed. And he turns to look at Laffian and at Zaltanna, and he says,
"You have the ability to restore her. She requires it."
Oh, right away. Oh, okay. Did we hit the long rest then?
Yep.
Okay.
You guys can hit your long rest buttons.
Thank God, that makes it so much easier.
That means that you are recovered from your exhaustion level. Rhal.
Oh, am I though?
Mm-hmm.
Because I just rolled my D4.
You got your level of exhaustion back.
Okay.
As Rhal was as Ama was waking you up with terrible news, that doesn't help anything. Please resolve an acid attack against yourself. You have 1 level of exhaustion that you can't clear until you complete another long rest. Seeing that, Groups goes to put Demi on the bed where Rhal is, sees that he's having really bad issues, and dumps her on the other bed. What is it with you and rolling 16 damage against yourself? What is this?
Jesus.
I don't know. Every time I've rolled breath weapon, though, it's been 16 damage.
That's Rhal's lucky
Alright,
number,
so-
apparently.
Yeah, so you take 8 acid damage because you have your belt still set to, I'm hoping, still set to acid.
Yes.
Zaltanna, by our powers combined.
She looks pretty worse for wear. You can tell that there are patches on her arm that looks like instead of skin, it looks like bark. You can tell that her face is kind of like distorted and slightly like her jaw has been broken. You can see that like her teeth are really pointed, as if she's been infected with some sort of awful lycanthrope-like disease. You can see the ears are slightly more pointed than they absolutely should be. You can see there's kind of lots of like burn marks across her, but she's still conscious. She's still awake, just not great. Not in good shape.
Boom.
Ah, you beat me by 1. That's not bad, though.
So-
65 HP total.
Your powers combine. I'm going to say that you can heal her up to full. Because you've done this before on a dragon, no less, a slightly strange mortal creature in front of you, not a problem. Between you work your vengeance against the damage that has been performed and like the mental prowess of knitting together the bones and knitting together the damage and the cuts. You managed to heal her basically up to full. But that strange wooden patch, which is on her arm, and the teeth that are now pointed, which should not be in her pointed ears, they don't retreat. But she no longer has what looks like a forming black eye. There's that. Like, she's no longer covering cuts and bruises. And she kind of like sits herself up and she just like nods at the pair of you. Grimsh very quickly disappears.
Okay, good to see you too. You're all right, besides the wounds you... Can I cleanse that? Is that cleansable?
I think so. I mean, so far as I understand, it's some sort of weird disease that he threw at a bunch of us and weird infections and stuff. I mean, so far as I know, Homer and Jens are okay. They're managing to take care of them and their people. Are you guys okay?
Okay is a relative term.
Are any of you injured? And like she like kind of sits up and looks around like concerned at all of you and sees Rhal having an issue over in the corner.
We're fine. I'm fine.
Are you sure? You're kind of like a lot of acid all over the place. And like Amor is like trying to like wipe away all the excess acid that is coming from your mouth and from your like your neck area. She's like trying to fumble around with a potion in her hand and she like tries to make you drink it.
Oh, there it is.
You have to drink this. You're sick.
I'm fine.
You're not fine.
I'm fine. It's just
No.
a little bit. I'm still tired, but it'll be okay. I'll sleep fine. I'll sleep better tomorrow.
But, well, can you please just drink this potion? Please. For me. I don't like to see you hurt.
Fine.
And she gives you a healing potion. It's just a bog standard one, which I think is
Okay.
2d4 plus 4, or 2d4 plus 2,
That's
sorry.
definitely more than what I needed. Most likely. Okay.
She will give up her healing potion. She does not want you to die.
Yeah, but I don't want him to be dropping healing potions.
Well, she's going to. What's she going to do? Steal some more?
No, stop. Don't. That's a crime.
No, please. I won't be able to find any more if I give you this one that I stole from the various alchemist shops around here.
If only we knew alchemists.
Exactly. Yeah, she does that. What do I see that you've done there, Laffian?
He's going to try to get rid of the disease that's on Demi.
You can tell as you apply this that she's affected by more than one. She's affected by 2.
I'll do it twice.
Perfect. Yeah, you see that this kind of weird bark texture that is like on one of her arms begins to recede and turn back into flesh. You can tell the teeth on her, like in her mouth, are just beginning to shrink and go back to the normal shape, and it looks real painful. But she kind of like grits her way through it.
Better?
Yeah, you have. Yep, much better. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That kind of healing really isn't in Grimsh's strong suit. He's more of a kill, maim, destroy, and well, me too. I mean, I'm not exactly like with the protective, defensive stuff, just more gear fire. So, did you do it? Did you manage to get what you needed?
We have most of what we need.
What do you mean most of what you need? Did you get the sand?
Yes, I have the sand.
Did you do the timekeeper thing?
I tried to, and the current timekeeper deemed me not ready.
Oh.
She said that there is a way, some spell or some way to do the binding ritual without the timekeeper's magic itself, but I do have the sand. The component.
Yeah. It's possible. You just need to get someone with... Well, I made a scroll and I need to get that to you. I put it in a box, but it's not here because my things aren't here. They're just kind of where I am most of the time. So that's there. But I finished the scroll and it has all the instructions on how to do this. And there is a possibility that you actually do have enough innate magic to be able to cast it. It's just a hell of a lot of it. And if that fails, then I guess that leaves like Emil or me or Dana. Not that she's going to do it. Or Trempel. Like, there are a lot of powerful mages that could probably cast this for you if you really needed them to. But I think you're probably going to be fine. I have faith that you'll be able to do this.
Thank you. She said that maybe once everything's said and done, that she'll release the title, but right now she doesn't believe that I've got what it takes. So, yeah, there's that.
Oh.
It's not bad, and she's not wrong.
Well, I think she's wrong.
She's not, really. I have a thing. There's a person who works for Dajin who's pretending to be part of our group.
I'm sorry, what?
During my trials for the timekeeper, there was a lot of shenanigans. There was a lot of time things, and I got partial visions into worlds and events that haven't taken place or won't take place, but took place in a parallel sort of way. And through that, I learned about a person that is up to no good, that is pretend to be part of our thing. Or maybe they're not, and that was just a whole thing, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay, Squash, you're beginning to sound a lot like me. I need you to be concise. What are you on about?
There's a dwarf by the name of Salt. He is part of our side. He thinks he is acting like he's part of our side, but he is actually part of the Blissful Eclipse. And I actually know this guy. And I believe he's in Falsum? Am I remember that correctly?
Okay, well, we're in Falsum. So that's an issue.
Okay, well, Salt is not to be trusted. Or should be fed fake information to feed to the Blissful Eclipse, because he is, I am pretty sure, not part of it. Not part of us. He's part of Blissful Eclipse. And also, food. It's gonna become a problem.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how to fix that. I know it's gonna become a problem. I got wrapped up in a different world where I was in charge of logistics of armies, and in that place I saw that...
But...
Don't worry about it. It's just, I know that food is a problem.
My brain is going to be stuck unless you tell me the what and the how. What?
I was helping the lodge. I was helping manage and place people and the logistics of feeding and all that stuff. It's a different... It's a time thing, Demi. Don't worry about it. Also, don't fuck with time magic. You will get yourself killed. 100%.
Well, it's not exactly on my today's to list.
Yeah,
there are some things a little bit bigger than time magic that I'm kind of worrying about.
I'm saying in the future. I'm saying there's a timekeeper, and she will literally kill you if you fuck with time. She's a little bit insane, and she's over 5,000 years old.
But I thought...
Oh, she'll drown you. She does not care.
Okay, note to selves, no time magic, gotcha. Right, okay.
Put that in the margins of every book you ever get.
I'm gonna put it in...
Maybe you don't have that time sword, do you, that makes the aging people? You should not piss off the time lady, then.
I can't tell if this is romantic or like utterly unromantic. to tell Demi like the first time they were reunited after the timekeeper thing, like, this woman will fucking drown you, you idiot. Like,
oh, how romantic, hands together. Like,
He
next to the
cares
side, eyes
about
of
her.
stars.
It's cute in a weird, fantastical, fucked up way.
Imagine if you learned that there was like an agent of the Ford Motor Company that murdered everybody who tried to work on Ford cars, and then you met your mechanic friend later. You would tell him not to work on Ford cars.
Granted. Okay, note to selves, we do not fuck with time magic. Gotcha. I'm on board with that for now, and then you can tell me all about it later on. Cool.
Also,
Also? There's more?
Nope, nothing else. The last thing is for Emil to worry about.
Why are you saying, Is he
Well,
Is he okay?
no. Well, as far as you can see her eyes like flick over purple, and then she kind of like goes back to normal. Like, as far as I can tell, he's still fine. I just...
Okay, don't do that to me right now.
I just wondered why...
Don't worry.
I mean, I can help.
You have more than enough on your plate already.
Okay. Cool.
Trust. We trusted you to get here. I'm trusting him. Trust him.
Okay.
What? Don't look at me. I'm terrible with relationships. I've only been in one so far, so don't look at me. But it's...
Okay. Right. So she shrugs it off. So what do you do now?
Bellum.
Yeah. Emma says that
I can't get you to Bellum today. Well, I can't get you to Bellum right now. The whole magic fight thing with Dachin twice in the course of like 24 hours has kind of drained me a little bit of magic, because I kind of need to rest a little bit. I mean, we're kind of okay here, but I'm definitely going to get scryed upon in the next few hours, and I really need to rest up, because these will only hold for so long while he's like constantly trying to attack. So like that's like sort of
what happened there? Can we get? We won, right?
Yes. Somebody put a giant hole through Dachin's hand.
Right.
And that really pissed him off. And it was glorious. And there was this whole fight thing, and then like Jen's got like banished from existence, and then like she came back again, and Hobo just went batshit crazy as a bear and like ripped her person's throat out. And then like they managed to dispel 2 of the runes, and I managed to get to the northern one. I managed to dispel that really, really quickly, but then like Dachin kind of shot me with a couple of these like spell things. Anyway, other friends of ours, like the Phoenix friends of Jens's, they went over and they cleared the western rune, and they just like turned into these most beautiful phoenixes. Did you know that phoenixes can also come in an ice form and not just a fire form? Absolutely beautiful. I mean, obviously really devastating that they turn into eggs, but we got them super safe, and they're going back down with Homer, who actually had all of these like amazing people with him who were just like helping out, and they were destroying things, and they got everything cleared off the battlefield, and then they're just in the process of clearing out empty shallows, and they're actually like Jens and Homer, they're going to go down and they're actually going to clear out the den that is underneath there to make it all like beautiful and peaceful again, so that it's no longer just a blood canyon. We did good. Just, a little hurt. I mean, yeah, a couple of people dead, and that's not the greatest thing in the world. Oh, and also, Common is an avatar of the Blissful Eclipse, which is, I think, why he took her. like we didn't want to grab hold of, like there was a whole thing where we did damage to her, and then like she did this thing, and then like she became really powerful and strong again. I'm like, oh holy shit. And I looked over the magic vision, I'm like, oh shit, I may have accidentally given that idea, but you know, yay. Sorry, my bad. But mostly Common is not great to be around right now. I'd be really careful around her if I were you.
So
If you see her again, I mean.
Coleman is still alive, and I am assuming there would
Yes.
be more of a celebration if Dachin was dead. So I'm assuming he's also alive.
Yeah, I hit him with some pretty powerful things. Yeah, that didn't really do a whole lot, so I just gave up on the idea of doing that, and I just focused on like getting the runes down. I mean, I also kind of figured that I probably wouldn't be able to take out Dacian. I'm not that strong, but you were right when you said that, you know, me at full power could stand toe to toe, and I did. I mean, I'm not dead. I mean, it was like super fucked up, but like not dead, and he definitely hurt from it, and that's cool. But yeah, pretty powerful, super not dead.
Well, unless we're gonna hunt him down, there's not a lot we're gonna be doing about him today. It's Bellum next, and then it's just about waiting.
Have you figured out where you're going to get your bones from? And she looks over at Rhal and points at him.
I think we figured that out, right? Emma?
Maybe. I don't remember that I did. I had an idea. I thought
Hold on. I thought we came back and had this conversation. Did
Yeah,
we
I
not
think
come back and have Emma tell us, like, oh, I figured out the thing. I've got the thing you need to.
Oh no! Does Emma have dementia? Has she forgotten?
I might have problems. I thought she was just getting the thing to get you closer to Lethera.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying Lethera. I'm so sorry. Get you closer to Liana.
Yeah.
She said she was going to look into getting you bones. You're right.
I don't know. I
do
did not
remember
know
that
we
now.
needed two things. I thought it was just
Well,
one
we
thing.
need to
and
get you
Emma
closer
just got
to
it.
Liana. Yeah, I had to get you closer to Liana, and I needed to find you bones to, you know, be able to do the bone part of what it is you're doing. I had an idea. I thought maybe we could get some washed up whale bones from the beach, since you like whales.
Okay. Does Liliana like whales? Is that...
No, Rhal, I think you may have memory problems. I have the thing you need to get to Liana right here.
Yeah.
And she just like holds this like small trinket that was clearly taken from from a grave. It's covered in dust and shit.
Arch, are we all making any sense right now?
Are we all having a moment?
I feel like everybody's contradicting everybody else.
Don't worry about the bones. I will sort that out. It's not a problem. But I have the thing that you need to get to Liana. Easy solve. We'll fix it and edit.
Wait, okay, so we have the thing to get to Liana.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
We just now need to wait for Demi to recover so that we can go to Bellum.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What are these bones everybody's talking about?
Well, around... we see, the thing is, around Rhal, there was a circle of bones in the vision that Laffian shared with me. There was a circle of bones around him. There was a circle of 7 ribbons of different colours around Zaltanna, and they were drenched in the blood of the dragon. And then around Laffian, there were these kind of like really cool vines of dragon fruits and roses. And around all of that was the sand from the hourglass.
Mm-hmm. Right. Those are the bones you're talking about. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
The bones were the
It's
big
all
hang up.
labelled... Yeah. Where are we going to get bones from? Gross.
Just go dig up Liana at this point. Fuck it.
I mean,
We
I
already
have the trinket
did. Emma, come on.
What? Stop looking at me! Like, her face goes slightly flush, like slightly golden in colour. No, I'm joking. Okay, then I guess we just wait.
Yeah. Where
Okay.
is Emil right now? Does anybody know?
Yes?
You did the eye thing. Where is he?
You see her eye flash purple again, and she seems to be concentrating quite heavily. She says, "Oh, yeah, so he's in the cavern where you'd be performing the spell, the one that we took you to when Grubsh first disappeared from me. The place I brought you back from when we did your brain trial thing with from Cicero.
Oh, with the
cavern that's underground.
The tree was, the roots.
Yes, that one. That place. He's there.
Place where I pissed him off.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people pissed a lot of gods off in that area. And she kind of looks uncomfortably at Squash.
He was touching
Squash is studying the ceiling tiles.
They're glorious, by the way. So there are these white plaster things that are molded in the corners.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. Okay. I'm gonna have to write out 25 words, and then we can keep going.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
While Squash is counting words on his fingertips, Lafayette just goes into his bag of holding and pulls out 5 of the elven wine bottles.
Yeah.
And just makes sure that they're ready and leaves them out of the bag and leaves 3 at the by the cellar door and then 2 at the other door.
Uh-huh.
And if anybody looks at him, he's like, look, every time that we try to take a break and relax, and he's doing the air quotes, every time we try to take a break is the immediate moment that Daichin or some other fucker shows up. I just want to be a little bit prepared. I know it's probably not going to do anything at all. This is for my own...
Sounds a lot like paranoia to me.
Very valid
but I
paranoia.
think it's wise. I mean, I'm not opposed to throwing fire at things.
Thank you.
She just a little cough and there's some sparks.
I would rather be doing something. Because at this point, every time we try to sit still for even a moment now, he just shows up.
You can see that Demi's just kind of lying back, her eyes are her eyes are half closed. And she says, "That's true. That's generally when, and also he's probably going to be coming to look for you or me or someone at some point soon. So it's probably a wise idea to have that there."
I'm just trying to be prepared. I have no proficiency with magic. All I have is these strange abilities. And I still don't know how they fit into the grand cosmos of all of this. I can't fight Daichin like this.
With her eye completely closed, Demi points in your direction. She's like, "That is very true. And then when we hit the end of the world and everything is safe again, I'm going to be picking your brain to figure out how the hell all of that works, because that is... Whew,
I have never felt
some abilities.
I have never felt so powerful and so utterly useless at the same time.
Emma, have we heard anything from Zemarius?
Not really. There was a person who dropped a message off the nice man. Sorry, they got a message back saying that they were preparing their people.
Okay.
Oh, also there was another set of people who arrived, Dragonborn. They arrived at the temple. They said that they knew you.
Oh, good. They made it.
They did. It was a fire and ice, and they seemed happy and together. And that there was this orc lady and this really, really big elephant lady.
They're all very nice.
Oh.
That's good they made it.
They seemed very nice, but the old lady, she seemed very sick.
Oh.
That's one way to describe it, sure.
She knows a lot about magic.
Yes.
But she was also quite confused.
Right, yeah. She seemed very confused about things, and she seemed very weak. They said that they had been on a really long boat ride, and that they didn't really like boats. I agreed. Too much water.
If I have time here, I'll just go and say hi.
Well, Demi is asleep, so I think that we have plenty of time.
No,
Okay.
no leaving this room. We stay here. If you leave the room, you're outside of the circles, all the runes. And if Dacian finds you...
Yeah, can you leave, Ama? Does Dacian know about you?
I don't know.
You were there when we did
Don't
the whole
think
bubble
so.
thing, so he might, actually.
That's true.
When we came back in the cave.
Yes. That is true. I'd forgotten that. Shit.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be a party pooper, but
I can send Theo out to say hi.
All right, I've got my 25 words.
Okay, good. Thank God.
All right.
Go for it.
So Squash needs to hide his dragon leaf sap somewhere in this basement.
What?
Okay.
So I guess Squash is gonna take the team to the side and try to explain what he's thinking right now.
Okay. You don't... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay, team huddle. Yeah, what's
Team
up?
huddle.
Secret.
Okay.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
Okay.
Do you want me to go away? She's kind of like looking down intently at you, like really confused, like Demi's off to one side asleep and like you're all huddling together and she's like, I don't know if I should be here.
You have a practical mind which might be detrimental to my train of thought.
I don't...
Wait, what am I, chopped liver?
No, you're my friend.
Oh, I'm not your friend?
You're my friend's girlfriend, who I met 5 days ago? Not counting time shenanigans in the Sentinel plane.
Okay, I'm going to go sit on the end of Demi's bed and pretend I can't hear you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm still not sure.
As she goes and sits on the end of the bed, she puts her hands, like rests her chin on her hands, just like stares at you all.
She's always going to hear this, so I'm kind of fucked on this one.
Yes, I am. It's really tiny room.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for trying, Ama. Hi.
She puts her fingers over her ear holes, like da da da.
I don't think we really care. It's fine. You can just sit.
Okay, so I know for a fact that during the fight with the Blissful Eclipse, Demi is going to use Soulfire. And she's going to become what is called a mortal avatar of a god. And to do that, she needs to use Soulfire on herself, on Grumsh, some kind of weird in-between. And that is going to kill her. And this is something she's just going to do. I want to help her. I want to save her, and I don't know how. And I've been trying to figuring out ways to try to cut her off from Grumsh, to prevent her from being at the fight, but that's not going to happen. That was childish thinking of me. But I have been hoarding items and things that I thought might be able to help me. And during my conversation with the timekeeper, she made a very good point, which is that Emil is a alchemist master. And I have an item that he might be able to use to try to help. When we were in the Mirror Realm, when we collected the Dragon Leaf sap, Rhal got some from me too. This is an incredibly powerful component that might actually be able to help. I am pretty sure that if I told Demi that I have this, she will force us to use it offensively against the Blissful Eclipse. And I don't want that. I want to use it to defend her, to save her, to help her. And that's why I can't tell her about it.
Okay.
So I'm going to contact Emil through a sending spell and let him know that I'm hiding it in this room. If you guys disagree with this idea, please tell me, because the last time I did something without consulting you guys, I got my ass beat by Grumsh.
You did do that. Yes, you did. I'm going to say a lot, so if anybody else wants to say something first, go right ahead.
I think it's fine.
Oh. I vote for yes.
Zaltanna?
I'm conflicted. Ow.
Same.
Because I don't think it's right that you... I mean, okay, listen. I get it. I get where you don't want Demi... And I don't want Demi to use Soulfire either. But at the same time, like, I feel like you already kind of tried to stop her from the Grumsh thing, and it's her choice, dude.
Yes, I'm not trying to prevent her from casting Soulfire. I'm looking for ways to protect her from it. To make it do less damage, to make it not burn her entire soul and throw her to the ether.
Oh. Okay, then
Yeah.
I completely misunderstood what's happening.
No, I know, and I probably explained it pretty poorly, because I'm not used to explaining my plans. I'm used to just making them up in my head and then amending them when I hit the walls.
It's those years of military tactics and training,
You
isn't
seem
it?
so confident, though, you know? You just go for it. It's hard to stop you.
All right, well, I mean... Yeah, I can respect not wanting Demi to lose her entire soul. So yeah, sure.
Laffian?
It's a big question mark. Because the only hang up there is the fact that if it is something that can, and I have to emphasize this here, if it is something that can be used as a very big or powerful weapon to be used in the fight, I'm of the opinion that we need more firepower. Because this is one of those wars that is won with as much magic and as much power as can be mustered into one, just a final battle, basically, is what it's coming down to anyways.
Laffian's right. This is the universe, and as much as we or the world, whatever, as much as we love Demi, I mean, at the end of the day, any one of us is one person versus the entire world.
If you need 26 arrows to kill something and you've only got 25 in your quiver, that last arrow is the problem.
But also, Squash, you asked me for the sap. I got the sap for you without knowing what you needed it for. It's kind of yours, you know?
I'm not pretending to tell you what to do with it.
No, I'm not taking it as that.
Why don't you ask her?
Because you know what she's going to say. Because if she's willing to throw away her life to fight the blissful eclipse, do you think she's not going to throw the dragon leaf sap with it? She's intending to be an explosion.
Emma's right. You should ask Demi. Give her the choice. It's not fair to hide shit from her.
I know. I know I shouldn't. It's just, it's so obvious. It's like asking the tide not to come in. She's always going to choose to make sure that she does her job correctly and well, rather than thinking about her own safety.
Did you get it for her?
Yeah. Right.
Then it's not yours, is it?
Man, Emma, you are so fucking wise.
I know. I've been told this.
See, this is why I didn't want practically thinking people in this group huddle.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm also very easily swayed by practical thinking, which is something that's not been true about me for many long years. And I blame Laffian. I blame being around you too much for the fact that logical thinking is swaying my opinions.
If it's anything, Zaltanna, I never would have sassed a tree monster if not for you being around.
You sassed a tree monster?
Long story, we'll talk about it another time. Squash, I do agree with the sentiment of you probably should.
Yeah.
You should talk this out. However, practically speaking, as somebody who has been trained to be a foremost leader, If it is a potential weapon that can be used in this final fight, I'm of the opinion that that would be the better course of action than trying to protect what may not be around regardless. If we lose, everything is gone.
All right.
If you can throw the sticky tree sap at the blissful eclipse and suddenly it goes, oh, it's so sticky, I can't fight like this, and then it leaves, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Here's something I'm going to ask this because we're now in this battle. And this is something that I'm not 100% clear on. And I assume it's just because I'm not the smartest man in the room. But is the blissful eclipse a guy? Because I thought it was like a concept,
It's a thing.
like a vague, like, I've been imagining that the blissful eclipse is like this cloud that's coming that's just going to eat everything. But like then you're talking about people like reporting shit to the blissful eclipse, and now I'm like, is it just a big guy?
I've always been imagining it as an osmosis of collective consciousnesses.
Oh,
Those are
like
the
a
biggest-
hive mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that is a big word.
I picked
Listen,
them up
I'm
in
not
this book.
Stupid.
No, just osmosis. I'm like, Jesus, you are smart.
Yeah, Squash isn't stupid.
This is
He's
my
a smart
love
man.
for Aethel coming through.
No, breaking the wall. Casey, you're absolutely correct. Like it is like a hive mind-ish thing, as far as I've understood from V.
Point being with the conversation, yes. Talk with Demi. See how it goes.
I'll give her the sap before we leave.
Okay.
The dragon leaf sap.
I'm not going to question why you needed to specify that, but okay.
I do.
You do what?
Emma, no, Emma, I think there was a euphemism in there somewhere.
It was a joke. You fucking sticks.
Oh, okay.
Sticks in the mud.
Okay.
It's Dawn humor. Don't worry about it.
Do you want us to do you want us to maybe like give you some space when she wakes up?
Is there a closet we can?
Like it might be a
No,
not really, but we could like sit over in the corner.
Yeah, we
and
can
pretend that
all
we can't
close
hear
our
anything.
ears and hum. So
Right, like we can put our fingers.
No,
She does
no.
puts the fingers over her ear holes.
Summon the fire elemental, start singing Kumbaya.
can't hear you.
I'll give it to her, explain what it is, what it does. She'll
Well,
probably know.
We're not doing this.
I don't think she's going to have anything to say to me that can't be heard by others. It's probably going to be along the lines of, oh, cool, I can blow up the blissful eclipse even harder now.
I am all for blowing up the blissful eclipse even harder.
All right. Well, do you guys want to play Go Fish for 8 hours?
Sure. Only because I don't have a complete set for chess yet.
I'm really good at Go Fish. Hi everyone, it's V here.
Hi, V.
Hi Neil. It's been a while since we've done an outro together.
Wow. It's been 200 episodes since we've done that. Have we done one? I don't think so.
We have. It's
Did
the
we?
one
Did we do
where
one?
I do an outro as Talus, and
you're right.
just crying
Okay.
in the background.
Yeah, okay.
We're at episode 200, guys.
Whoa.
Yeah, holy shit. I guess thank you all for putting up with 200 plus episodes of our shenanigans and our stories and all the chaos that we have done. Neil, did you ever think we'd have 200 episodes?
No. Not even close. It's been a very long time.
It has. 6 years. More than 6 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's been a long time. So thanks to everyone who's been around for a long time, because that's incredible. And thanks to everyone who has listened to 200 episodes of a thing, because that is crazy. And we hope people continue to find this show and join us.
Yeah, and hopefully you're enjoying it if you've gotten to 200 episodes in the main story. I mean, there's something like Kino or Dragon Seekers or one-off specials or Before the Beginnings or anything. That is a lot of episodes everyone has listened to if you've gotten this far. And really, we just wanted to say thank you. It really does mean a lot that we've even managed to get this far 6 years later. It's a very long time.
While we do this for fun, I don't think we would have kept doing it and been as on top of it as we try to be.
Yeah.
If everyone weren't very positive to us with the show. So
yeah, I think if everyone kept telling us it was shit, we may have stopped making
we probably would have
point.
stopped.
Yeah. The pain. But luckily, that's not been the case. And I think, thank you guys so much. I want to say thank you to our 2 newer patrons, because we have one of those. Norma Bayers and Katrina Lindborg. Hopefully I didn't fuck those names up. Obviously, we need to say thank you to Dagar, who recorded the one random line in this episode I forgot he had. Who did it very last minute. Thank you, Dagar. And you're about to hear an ad swap for Astronomica. Yay! Woo! We got through the outro. Thank you all so much for listening. And again, send random thank you messages to Neil for having edited this much on his own. Bye!
Bye!
Neil, you're the best!
Message V. Tell V is awesome.
In the year 2180, humanity achieved spike drive technology, accessing the vastly strange metadimensional pathways to reach the stars. The following centuries were an epoch of discovery and growth. We mastered fundamental forces, confronted our social demons, and seized the reins of our biology. And we prospered together. Then one day the gates failed. What we built in 10 centuries we lost in 10 days. Our Edens desolate, our industries still, and our cities brief orgies of cannibalism and violence, then silent tombs.
Metal as
Please
fuck.
remember to reference often
the brief orgy of cannibalism
and violence.
My long-term goal is to omit the adjective brief.
The year is 4451, and out here beyond the Cygnus Loop, at the edge of cultivation, an ember of our golden age struggles to ignite and burn anew. Welcome to the Rheingold Cluster.
Join the crew of the Admiral Grace for Astronomica, a Stars Without Number actual play podcast. Check us out everywhere pods are cast.